Okay, alright, hey everyone, this is Han here. Welcome to our Sony Malaysia Alpha News live streaming. And next to me, Vincent Tan, our special guest for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So thanks for joining us today for this live streaming. And
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. So this is our first time. You can see it's a bit different. This time it's like a vertical, so it fits all your smartphone right now. So you can see what is the top part here. You can see us is talking. At the same time, everything here is live demonstration, and you can see at the bottom there's an angle with the camera. You can see the lens is moving there. So anyway, if you have any question, feel free to drop any comment below, and I will answer you as much as we can. And of course, we have a Sifu here. He'll share you more about the experience and all sort of things like that. Yeah. So good. Okay, let me see how far it's okay. Okay, just before we start, make sure you also check out our year-end promotion that you can actually go to our Sony Malaysia website. So let me prop up this one right here. Okay, so as soon as you go into the Sony Malaysia website, okay, you'll find this website here. Okay, just sony.com.my, and on the top corner here you can see this one to find out more. So basically, you just go inside there, and you can download the year-end promotion right here. So you can click and saw all the stuff, all the current latest promotion from Sony Malaysia. You can find it inside here. TV, speakers, camera, headphone, all sort of things right here. Alright, feel free to check it out. Okay? Okay, so let me just bring back this part for now. Okay. Yeah, so today is all about autofocus and lens sharing. Then later we'll also be doing some demonstration live as well. You can see right here with so many things. Okay. I also pops up this one right here. Okay, I'll just put. Okay, at the bottom there you can see there's a QR code. If you want, you can use another phone to scan it. So you can actually, it also bring you to the year-end promotion material. You can click on that. Scan on that. You can have a look. Okay, without further ado. Alright, okay, feel free to share this video. If you want to find out more about the Sony camera and different camera and different lens, feel free to share this video. Okay, so, and also drop a comment below and let us know anything you want to ask. Okay, Vincent.
Yes.
Okay, a bit of history here. I think we met in last year, September.
Late August.
Yeah, late August.
Late
September.
August,
Yes.
yeah.
I still remember back then. I think I've joined Sony maybe since 2018. I think like one of the most dedicated person that I actually known. Gave me a lot of good feedback, and especially all the different technology inside the camera back then.
I asked a lot of stupid questions.
No, it's not. Everything is actually very good because it's actually helped me to understand more about the specific situation with specific settings. Because you shoot things that I don't get to shoot. You have more experience in those, especially from your photojournalism.
Right.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about yourself in how you started and all this and that?
I work in photojournalism for almost 25 years now. Started in local newspaper after I joined News Straits Times for about 2 years and moved to Reuters.
Okay.
Less than 2 years there, I got an opportunity to join AP in 1998.
Wow.
That was after the economic crisis.
1997 was a big year.
We had APEC in Malaysia plus Commonwealth Game, and also the political turmoil at that time. We had half of the photographers shooting sports, and half of them have to go to the street to shoot demonstration, which is a dramatic year, which exactly like now.
So I think back then most people still using film that time.
Everyone was
still using film. Yeah.
That was the first time not really actually, in 1996 I was get in touch with the first so-called digital camera, the Kodak DCS3, the tall digital camera that there's no LCD screen.
I can feel that it's very heavy as well.
Yes, and there's only 3 frames per second.
Oh, 3 frames per second?
No, 1.5 frames per second, but you can shoot only 7 frames, then it stops.
Okay.
7 to 9 frames.
Because it takes a long time to buffer.
Yeah, to buffer, and the battery, after the battery die up, there's no way to replace the battery.
Oh, okay.
So you got to stop. I remember the first time I used that camera was Michael Jackson concert in Malaysia.
Oh, Michael Jackson concert.
And because of News Straits Times Group, I was the only photographer there, so I have to shoot for seven newspaper. So I was shooting film, and while buffering that camera, I shoot film and digital.
Yeah.
But by then, the digital camera is so much different. It's only, that was 1.3 megapixel.
Back then,
Yeah,
and
1.3
also,
megapixel.
it was still CCD sensor back then, not
It's
even
CCD,
not
yes.
even CMOS yet. Yeah.
So 1998, I got my first digital camera, the Kodak DCS 520, which is the to me it's a real digital camera with LCD, and I can replace the
I should ask,
battery.
how expensive was that last time?
That was 60,000 ringgit.
60,000 ringgit for a
60,000.
digital camera back then.
2 megapixel.
2 megapixel, and you can even print a full HD.
And it was 3.5 frames per second. The memory card, I remember that time was Lexa. There's only Lexa available.
Maybe a big one.
170 megabyte.
Okay.
And I can shoot 72 pictures.
72 pictures.
It costs 3,600 ringgit.
Wow.
Just that memory card. And I can put 2 cards in that camera.
Wow. And then how is it going to transfer to your camera and then to your phone?
I need a card reader, I need a PCMM CIA card reader, connect to my phone. By then it's very slow.
I think that time mostly still film.
Still film until I think until 2001 or 2002, slowly most of the newspaper or even hobbyists slowly get in touch with digital camera. I think after 2002, most of the even hobbyists, they started to think, oh, maybe I should invest in digital. It's just like now, everyone from DSLR to
I can see we have some friend coming up inside here. Hi, we have Zhong Ho Chua. Hi, hello. Your friend Li Wen, hi. Hello. Hong Suvi and hi, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for joining this session. So feel free to share this live session to your camera, your friends or people who know Winston, or you want to find out all about Sony latest camera and autofocus technology and different lenses. Feel free to share this video. Alright. At the bottom there you can see there's a QR code. That's where you can scan. Use your another phone to scan the QR to find out the year-end promotion. Alright. Okay. So I can imagine that digital camera. It was a big transition back then, and maybe that time was also difficult, like from film to digital. Maybe it was some people also fear like it's like a huge step from film to digital that time.
And digital imaging was a totally new thing by then. People cannot really accept that. Even compared to those days from manual focus to autofocus. But digital imaging to them, I got no frame.
Okay.
Like honestly, which is true. The megapixel, the quality was too low.
Only 2 megapixel.
2 megapixel.
60,000.
60,000. Okay. And also, after so many years, the camera technology been improved so much. The megapixel improved like crazy. This
now
is
61 here.
megapixel.
Full frame.
And over the year, the big difference was actually the image quality improvement.
Okay.
A lot of the thing for us, like I always say, I'm recording history. A lot of pictures from 1999, I went to East Timor with that digital camera until Afghanistan, Iraq, all that. The quality was very bad.
Okay.
I remember 1999, we shot a New Year Millennium fashion show. The model turned out to be pink color because of the digital camera. Could not really pick up the actual color. And the first Formula One in Malaysia, one of the German subscriber messaged and say why your Ferrari color turned to pink, orange color, because of the CCD wasn't able to capture the real color under hot sun. It's a lot of challenges.
So it was heat issue and then battery issue.
Yes. And tracking was a nightmare. But
I would just say you just use manual focus back then.
It's difficult to use manual focus on autofocus lenses those days because the range is so small. So you turn a little bit, you just go out of focus. But the camera itself is so slow. We kind of like to say now, those days you get a ball, let's say soccer. You get 3.5 frames per second. You get maybe 2 frames. With ball, you are lucky.
Wow.
But now I can have 20 frames per second, 10 frames per second. And I can have the ball left, right, up, down. But, even holding a kind of coke, which is what happened.
One hand shooting.
Yes, one hand shooting because the eye tracking is so amazing.
Okay. So speaking about that, so coming from those, finish his answer before interacting. Okay. So if you have any question, feel free to drop in the comment below. We can prompt you.
I started up actually last year when I came back from Hong Kong demonstration assignment, one of my camera was spoiled because of the rain, and at that time I was introduced to Sony, or my boss said, okay, maybe you should
give it a try.
Give a try.
Okay.
It's like, honestly, I wasn't so...
Because it's been a long time for DSLR,
Yes.
like you told me long time.
Yeah, it was... I couldn't change.
Okay.
The shooting style, the manual, you can even close my eye and operate the camera. Because the camera I used for almost 20 years.
Okay.
The operating system never changed. The button, everything still remain the same.
It's like you close your eyes, you know which button
Yes.
do what it is. Yes, yes.
So, at that time I was introduced to A9.
Okay.
So I brought that camera to... The first assignment was the Haze in Malaysia.
Okay.
It was nice, just like any ordinary assignment. You go there, the eye tracking, everything was fine. But slowly I noticed, okay, there's a lot of operating
it's a lot of system now compared to DSLR. You have how to say, less software, put it like less assistant software back then, but it's still good. But it's just that now this one is more advanced.
And even the focusing mode itself, it has 14 set.
Yeah,
14
so
different,
many of them. Okay, yeah.
And I have to go through. I mean, honestly, I never read camera manual, and that A9 I had to really read the manual.
And so, that's why you actually asked me,
yes.
what is it?
Yeah, I remember it was really amazing. Han, I was shooting in somewhere 8 or 9 o'clock at night in Hong Kong, and I have to I message you, hey, I had this problem, how do I solve that? So you can
WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp me, what's the solution, which is something very important for the journalism.
Oh. Okay, hi Nick is here, hi Patrick, and also Sifu Lin. Welcome to this Patrick, all the Sifu. So we are doing live sharing here, so feel free to share this video to all your friends and family if you want to find out more about Sony camera. Right, so I think the transition part from DSLR to mirrorless, I think at least take you around 6 months.
I would really say, because after about 2.5 months, and after I returned from Hong Kong, I was offered A92.
Okay.
A92 was because by then I had a serious problem on the FTP.
Yeah, file transfer
protocol wasn't so successful on the first generation of the A9.
Yeah.
So A92, I used it to shoot what is that, for MotoGP, and it was really mind-blowing because of the tracking.
So file transfer protocol is this one right here. Okay, you can have a look. So this is just a behind-the-scenes shot from the camera. You can see here, and then you can see this. There's a thing here. So most of us wouldn't really use this setting unless you have a dedicated server and FTP protocol in order to do that. So for his shooting style is now shooting, 2 minutes later the photo had to be somewhere.
Yes.
Then they have to edit the photo straight away.
Editor somewhere in the world will edit my pictures. I mean, this is obviously a test shot. But on real world situation, I will let's say I'm shooting a demonstration. Immediately I will transfer the picture. Let's say in India or Japan, some editors will edit my picture and goes onto the wire.
How quick they need the picture to be?
As good as possible.
Okay, less than a few minutes. Okay.
Because the news is constantly changing. And we have to compete with live TV broadcasts right now. Like our colleague, they are doing live from different location. So, but photographer, we can go to different spot like on the street. But the TV live, because the machine is huge, so they probably do it on an overhead bridge. They couldn't move. They couldn't really move. Or very limited. But for us, we can go around. We have 4 or 5 photographers during the Hong Kong protest. We had 4 photographers running around, and everyone transmit on the spot, which is important for news and also for sports.
This was a new thing for me as well, because I haven't really came across this particular features that use a lot. So he actually led me to learn more about FTP transfer, and he needed it to actually. So setting up this FTP transfer, was it? I think for A9 was a bit trouble.
To set it up wasn't too much of a problem.
It's more for the transferring.
I remember the problem A9 was the interference by other radio frequency during Singapore F1. I had 2 of the A9 configured, test everything, and I go to But when I went down to pit area, 15 minutes later, both of the camera disconnect because of the too much radio frequency interference. So A92 was improved a lot, and also the transfer speed has been improved a lot, especially this FTP icon. Because previously we were complaining after I transmit, I couldn't see
whether it's actually transfer. Okay.
So this one was kind of a big improvement, but of course there's still a lot of rooms to improve. But A92, I definitely felt the tracking sensitivity so much more accurate, and the focus tracking, focus accuracy, and shutter mechanical.
Yeah, and also silent shooting.
Silent shooting was actually another thing that
on the A9, it's different from what you have with this.
Yes.
Hi, we have Anthony here. Hi, thanks for dropping by this live sharing. So just now, Mr. was talking about the FTP transfer. So from A9 to A9 Mark II was a big step, and it's actually improved. So solved some of his issue that I couldn't even answer myself properly last time. But now A9 Mark II actually solved it, so which is good. And back to now is A9 Mark II. Actually, A9 Mark II with the tracking and all this. That's why you see all the different camera right now we have in Sony system. Actually, all from the A9, and then cascade to A9 II, and A9 II cascade down to all the different camera. So with the real-time tracking, the real-time autofocus is fantastic. And last is he said about silent shooting.
Silent shooting.
This is something that DSLR last time.
DSLR that I couldn't achieve because those days, let's say golf, I couldn't shoot during when they swing. During an interview, I couldn't take pictures because of the video recording. We had a lot of shutter sound, but now I can turn on silent shooting. Nobody even.
So basically, okay, let's say we do a quick demo here. Okay, can see right there. Okay, so can see. Okay, function. Yeah, and then, okay. So let's say, you need to. Oh, I forgot. I need to switch to this. Okay, currently the mode is on. I can see. Oh, right now it's still on shutter. So silent shooting is on. Okay. So silent shooting means when you. Oh, this is actually A7R4 here, but it's the same thing. Got A9 Mark II also got the silent shooting mode. Okay, you can see right here. So what it means is that when you actually take a photo, it actually has no sound.
Let me switch it back to
normal mechanical. You can see right there. Yep. And go back to off. Yep. So you can hear the shutter click sound.
Yes.
It's still quiet. This is the R4, still quiet. But with the silent shooting, it's just like no sound. So it just shut off everything.
This is
no sounds. So in what situation in your shooting that you actually, let's say you went to many places?
Okay, I do use this when I have to shoot inside a shopping mall.
Inside shopping mall?
Inside a shopping mall, like recently MCO, I have to take pictures inside, let's say some grocery shopping. People was doing grocery shopping, so I turn on, I bring one of the camera and like 35 1.5 1.8 or 2470. I just put the camera on my waist or even on the trolley. I put it on the back.
So no one know actually.
No one know I'm actually shooting, and it's silent, and I can actually stand next to you taking your pictures while you are looking at some potato or whatever. You won't notice.
So you want to have those. Don't want to obstruct someone, intrude someone. At the same time, you also can take the photo.
Yes, but of course, on normal situation, golf is very important. Silent shooting, and another one is during real-time video interview. So I can still shoot while.
There's a video interview at the same time, and you have this.
I can shoot while those days I was given maybe 3 minutes or 1 minute before or after the video interview section was finished. So now I can shoot real time. Which is a big benefit.
So speaking about just how you were saying that you went to a mall and then you have so what are the focusing that you usually use? As you can see right here, because there's so many different focusing. I'm sure a lot of people are still confused. Some people still confused. What are these? Maybe we'll start from the AFC, the one, not this one.
This is also something
that you also find very.
It's different because those days on digital camera,
with the
I shoot most of the time except sports. Other than sports, I will use only single focus.
Last time you only use one focus in the middle.
One focus point in the middle and also one short focus.
Oh,
which is like when if log on to your subject and it won't track anymore.
Okay.
Okay, 90% of the time I shoot that way. Unless I have to, even though when let's say I took pictures of a VIP arrival, I can still use that one shot because it's fast enough, immediately I can shoot. But now, this is something that changed during my time in now.
Right now, this one is...
I switch it to, now I shoot maybe 99% with continuous focus.
All the time.
All the time.
Because
this thing is just...
Yeah, you see this square box here, if the two dash here, this is the real-time tracking. That is the best currently, the autofocus system that found from A9, and also a cascade down to all the different camera right here. Oh, just by the way, what you're watching right now, I'm using ZV-1 on this live streaming right here. That's why the focusing also very good. Anyway, back to here. So this is the real-time tracking. So it does remember the distance, the subject shapes, and also the color.
And also the tracking is
very fast. Very fast.
See, those days I couldn't really
do that in the DSLR.
In the DSLR because the focusing zone area was so tiny.
It was only in the middle of the point last time.
Yeah. So now I can track and continue my shooting. I don't even have to worry about my framing
because you just keep on focusing as long as you don't go too close.
So most of the time, the focusing zone I will start up with this zone.
This currently you can see is a tracking with the zone.
Yes,
tracking with the zone. Yeah.
So there are a couple, like just now I was mentioning, there are 14 different types of focusing.
Okay,
zone.
maybe make it easier. Yes, you go to menu. You go to menu. You see menu. Okay, then you can go to the number one. Yeah. Number one down. Then go to this. Maybe go to the area. Focus area limit. This one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 14.
Yes.
Yes, total 14 of different focusing
mode.
Area, not mode. This is more about area.
Okay.
These are different areas. Whether you want to have the whole scene scan or just one particular area. So in this section here, for A7R4 or A9 Mark II, you can actually control which are the one that you mostly will use and which are the one you don't use. You just switch it off.
Yes.
So it's faster for him because he on the job, he want to switch it quickly.
And also one very good advantage is A92 and A7R4 both have the similar. Actually, it's
quite similar.
Quite similar. 95% similar camera menu system. So I don't have to worry about I'm switching.
But they're just different location but they're almost similar.
Almost similar. But this is very useful because I can choose from time to time. I can set different kind of area limit.
This is the tips right there. You can see this is what Sifu using right now for his camera with this focus area limit for his shootings. That's why you whatever come from the camera right now, you don't have to stuck with it. You can actually choose which is the best for you. So right now you can see that he's using a normal zone, and also a normal flexible sports, a medium size, and also an expandable flexible spot. So these are the normal one, and then at the bottom one is the tracking, which is the real-time tracking. Only selected camera has it.
The tracking was actually something very important for our time of work because most of the time we have to get the person face or even eyeball sharp for sure. Because if your picture is slightly out of focus, let's say you focus on your shoulder or in back focus, your picture is useless.
That's right.
So tracking is something to me significantly improved compared to those days, and this is something I might say I cannot. Once you
learn it and you use it and you just forget about everything else in the past.
Yes.
And so now it's actually just to Sony there. Okay. So back to the focusing. Back to the, you press FN again. Yeah. So if you go to the focus area, so whatever you see in these two rows of the function, you actually you can customize as well to what you need. But right now you can see in the focus area. Go inside. Once you only choose what you want in the menu, this is only what it has there.
Yes, otherwise you have 14.
Yeah, you have 14 different choices.
It takes some time for you to scroll down and choose which one that you want. And if accidentally you forgot to press enter, and you still go back to the original one.
Surprisingly, you can see here, he doesn't really use the whole skin. The white.
Yeah, the area.
You only use zone, flexible spot, and expandable spot. Yeah, but you don't really use the whole. The whole screen one.
Right.
Because I think most people at the start when you use this camera, you will just ask the camera to scan the whole scene and focus for you.
Because to me, a lot of time the subject that I want is very particular. Okay. I would want to make sure it focus on the one that I want only. I do not want to have it get distracted by others subject behind. But then, of course, the camera itself, it does take me some time.
Yeah, I think I would say at least a good 6 months.
Yes.
3 to 6 months.
Somehow, I kind of officially switched to Sony. Totally, I kind of forced myself.
Okay, thank you.
In early April this year.
Okay, yeah.
Because since I know we are switching to Sony, and I forced myself to use this.
Yep.
I know at some point I need to be able to control the camera until like what I did previously.
Yep.
No matter what is the problem that I had, I have to find a way to conquer it.
It's like, okay, basically all these tools, like I always tell people, is like all these tools is a very advanced tool. You can see it's very complicated, but also advanced at the time. It's like they're giving you more leverage, flexibility, leverage, and you can really harness this flexibility to really use for your
But of
job.
course, I believe most of the hobby users or normal
or photographer or freelancer,
event photographer is you won't have this so much complicated situation like me.
Yeah.
I probably have to shoot behind. Always shot under low light, backlight situation or strong spotlight facing shining to my camera. So I need very precise focus functionality, which I try the different zone. That's the reason why took me some time to get familiar with
like all the different. If you go back to this one again, this one again. Press menu. Menu. Yeah, go back to sorry, not format. The one with the sorry, the focus area. Password. This one. Yeah. So like this specific focus area limit here is the setting that he used for his own shooting. So again, everyone has their own shooting, so it's actually good that you harness what you have right there to fit your shooting needs and all this. Yeah. Okay,
even the focus zone, you can choose spot, small, medium, and large.
Different.
Flexible spot. This one is actually very good. Sometimes I do use small.
Small one.
Most of the time I use medium, but when I need to focus some very tiny subject or the subject is far, then I have to switch it to small. Depend on the situation.
Okay. Yeah. So let's say back to the shooting again, and you press you press FN again. FN and inside there. Yeah. So in this different section here, so I would say the one at the very first one, which is the zone. Zone means you just ask the camera to find anything within the box. So if you have the zone right now, so it was you go back. So you can see the 4 square.
As long as it's within the square, but I also at the same time I can move the square.
Yep.
I can move the square to maybe the whole area. So I don't have to limit myself that my focusing area. I can pre-frame my pictures.
Yep.
Not like those days I have to focus lock
and only in the middle.
In the middle, and then move my framing. So now I can pre-frame certain area, at the same time it focus. This is very
so with this currently this square box here is it uses the face detection. So basically it just prioritize whatever is closest to you. Okay, and not like the real-time tracking. Real-time tracking, the one with the square box one is it will actually hug on the thing and it will stick on it. But this one is we see all this square box come out. It's just that anything is closest to the subject with the minimum distance to focus, it will focus. You grab the focus like that. Yeah. So you have many more. And let's say you go to the next one, and this is a medium. Yeah, just a one spot.
Yes.
Yeah, this one spot. Okay, so this one you can see is even smaller. So you can fine tune the focus in where you want to do. If you see this 4 square one with the what do you call this name? Okay, you press F again. What is the name? Oh, this is flexible spot. Sorry, flexible spot is actually biased more on using contrast to focus compared to phase detection. So contrast is this one can give you, according to him, it can give you more accurate focusing. But it just focus anything within the frame only, within the small section only. If you think out of the frame, then it won't focus. Yeah, something like that.
So another one is
the expandable spot.
So this one actually give much more
faster speed, but not as accurate as the other one before.
Yeah. And somehow I felt a little bit worried with the small square box turn red color means it's not in the focus zone.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit worried whether it's focused on my accurate.
So sounds like the best users here is actually using the real-time tracking.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the last one, which is the one I favorite the most, which is the one at the bottom, tracking. So if you see your camera has this tracking words, means it's the real-time tracking. Yeah, it follows it.
Follows. I doesn't have to see a lot of time. The camera itself lock on, and a lot of situation we are in pushing or moving, or you have to raise your camera, so you couldn't really actually nicely frame it. Now,
okay.
So this is something different. Those days you could never do this.
You cannot do so much photo at the same time.
Yes, and the focus still lock on. This is something totally changed my mind.
Because I can imagine you sometimes when you're shooting, you actually shoot in front of those very dangerous situations.
Yes.
I think among this photo here, you have anything?
There was one
in 2470 or
2470. There was, I'm not sure.
Or maybe I think 1635.
1635.
Yeah. Let me see. Anything? This one is actually quite cool. It's right in front.
Right. This is right in front.
Yeah.
Should be.
This one walking. Wow, quite a lot here actually. 1635 got a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. See? This one?
Oh. Okay. Let's talk about
this one.
No, there's one motorcycle guy just now.
Motorcycle guy.
Okay.
This one. Okay.
This was actually during the MCO time. I wanted to photograph. I couldn't remember what was the reason. I waited at Twin Tower and wanted to have pictures of people walking in front, but because of MCO, there wasn't much people on the street. I waited almost 1 hour and I give up.
Okay.
I give up. Okay, but at the end, while I'm walking across this road, I saw this motorcycle was waiting for a traffic light.
Yeah.
So I put the camera down and put a 16mm.
Yeah.
The tracking
It's actually on the
is
building.
already. No, it's actually here.
It's actually here.
Because of the
move
I have to
shut.
put down. I have to put, the camera is actually on the floor. 1635 because I need to shoot the top of the building.
Yeah.
So is those days. I would all worry that the focusing point would go from here to back and forth.
Okay.
But because of the tracking itself, it just locked on.
It just locked on.
And also the camera was actually on the floor. I lift up the screen behind. I couldn't really see whether it's 100% sure or not. But with the focusing box tracking around this area, I know it's definitely in focus. Otherwise, those days, the focus point probably until the motorcycle, the hand mirror there, it probably will go back and forth. And if after I shoot 10 frame, maybe half of the frame will go focus behind. So the the focusing box is actually very helpful. You couldn't see the.
Which one yet?
I wanted to show there was one protest picture.
Is it right?
2470.
Let's say 2470.
Go
okay.
First one. Go back.
Keep going.
Maybe it's not in this. Never mind. Okay.
This is a boy of police. Yeah.
But anyway, the focusing is very important for my work because every time I have to get people's eye. So I always turn on the eye focusing. Those days I can only focus on the tudung area.
Because it doesn't do the eye tracking.
Right.
Yeah, last time you only can. Hopefully the focus will go to the
and
person.
also another advantage thing on this mirrorless camera because of this flip screen.
You can flip up and down.
I can flip up and down. I can easily see the subject. Although because I'm wearing glasses, still I cannot 100% tell whether it's sharp or not. But I have confidence with the tracking.
Okay.
So which is very good.
Very fast.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, we can see more people coming. Hi, Philip Tam. Thanks for joining here, and Mingyo. Oh, and Kelly, thanks for coming to this live sharing. So again, feel free to share this video to any of your friends, and if you want to find out more about Sony camera and the lenses right there. And at the bottom there, actually you see the right here. At the bottom you see the QR code, that's where you can use your another phone to scan on it. It's actually go to our year-end promotion PDF file. You can have a look all the latest Sony offering from there. Alright, so thank you James coming on. Okay, so speaking about autofocus, we have lots of stuff. Okay, maybe we go to the interesting part here, which is the lens. Alright, then later on we actually will do a bit of demo with different, maybe you pick a lens but with different focusing, and maybe you can see more in real time. So what I'm actually prepared right now is, this is a bit hefty here. Okay, let me just go back this one for now. Okay, we have this lens here. Alright, so this is quite interesting sharing right now. You can see we have a camera right in front of me, okay, but actually you see this all in vertical mode because you have one on top here and one at the bottom. That's how you can see the screen, what's happening. Okay, what I'm going to do is that this thing is actually hooked up to the system already, and it's going to send wireless video signal to the system and allow you to see what it's actually seeing from the camera. I'll use this camera to move around. Then let's see do some demonstration, and of course share is about this lens that he used. Okay, without further ado, let me turn on this. 呢個控住，呢個用嗰度嘛？我sorry. Okay, let me think what I need to connect. Yeah, so just bear with me for a second. Let me just set up this one right now. And okay, number 3 and number 4. Okay, so this is the view. You can see it's actually moving right now. Okay, so I can take out this one here. Okay, right. Oh, let me turn on this one. Yeah, it's moving. Sounds. Oh, I need to turn on the sound. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah, so it's a lot of live demo right here. Okay, let me turn on this. Okay.
He's using an A7S3.
Yeah, I'm using an A7S3 to do the streaming. So that's sending a live feed right there to the camera, the wireless transceiver. Okay, right there, and I need to turn on that particular camera there. Ooh, okay. So this you can see is quite cool. We have a model here. Hi, Colleen. Okay, so okay, turn on.
This is amazing.
Yeah, so everything is live in this house, and I turn on. Yeah, turn on. Okay, right there. So okay, feel free to drop comment if you can anything. Let me know if you can't hear anything. Okay, so I hope it's still connecting right now. Okay.
So you want to show about the lenses that are
Yeah, we'll show you the lens. Okay, let me see if it's on already. Yeah. Oh, it's on already. Already. Okay.
So basically, these are the lenses that I use most of the time, other than the wide angle 16-35 GM lens. By the way, 2.8 lens is very, very important for our job.
So I think you use a 16-35, 24-70,
24-70
and 70-200.
70-200.
This is like important lenses
These
for.
are the basic lenses that I have to carry every time when I go out.
Yep.
Depend on situation, I do carry this 100 to 400 with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes because of it give me much more versatile. Especially now I pair it with A7R4.
With the
this
cropping.
one probably can go up to almost 600 mm.
Yeah. And because you're having 100, 400 and 1.4x, close to
1.6
Yeah.
times
And also-
APS-C mode.
yeah.
And this is light enough.
Yeah.
16-35, a
Ooh.
lot of the time I don't use it as much as I do those compared to those days because the camera was 1.3 times crop factor at that time. But now because of I try not to have too much distortion image. So 24-70 is one of the lens I always mount on my camera. I usually shoot with A9II and actually another of my favorite camera is the A7R4 because of the high megapixel.
So usually when you go out, you will have a 24-70 on one body.
On one body, and the 70 to 200 I will put it on the A7R4.
R4, yeah.
I like to have this combination because of, see, this is 24 megapixel.
Yep.
I try to frame it perfectly, so I don't need to crop, which is fine.
Yep.
So 24 megapixel is okay that I don't need to crop my image. But when I'm using long lens, a lot of time 200 mm is not enough.
That's why you need a bit longer reach.
I need a high megapixel camera so I can crop.
Yep.
I can crop. Maybe some people are not agree with that. Like,
you should take the whole scene, don't crop.
Yeah, or they don't believe that you need 61 megapixel. But to me, high megapixel is very important.
Yeah, because I think after cropping, you still get about 26 megapixel. Yes.
Or even 26 megapixel is 1.6 crop, but let's say if I crop 20% or 30%.
Actually 1.5. Right. But it's okay.
So I still had about 50 megapixel, which is way more than enough. And the image quality is amazing. So these are the three lenses that are always with me. Or 16-35, I probably put it on my pouch or my backpack with me, with my computer. Other than that, another of my favorite lens, which is the first I bought was
24
1.4.
This will be like a everyday lens with you to bring around
for low light or evening time. Now if I go out after 6 o'clock, I carry this one.
Do you think you can just bring a 24 with you just for a job? Like just use...
If I don't have to promise for what kind of picture that I need, because for news, sometimes I have to have close-up picture. Like we always say, we need wide angle, we need central, and also we need close-up.
So they actually tells you in your assignment what.
If I go for a photo story, I have plenty of time to move around. I don't have to fight with 20 other photographers, or even now the worst thing is actually those who are doing live. So I can go with fixed lens, which is always the image quality is so much better. And because of the large aperture, like 55 1.8 and 24 1.8 is actually giving me
Because I think in that case it's more for A9 Mark II. You usually use the 24-70, I guess.
Yes, 24-70 or 16-35, because I believe that most of the time, wide angle, the image itself, the whole.
Okay, what are the requirements as a in your photojournalist usually when they do the submission? Is there any requirement of minimum megapixel?
No, not really. Okay, as long as size is not smaller than 2,500 pixel.
2,500 pixel. Like, okay. Three.
But now the original file from this camera is 6,000 times.
4,000. 6,000 and 4,000. Yes.
6,000 times. 6,000 is I can even crop 1/3. The image quality is still good enough. So, but then this is very good on the tracking. But this is something I don't see Sony user.
The battery grip is good.
Battery grip.
Because it actually doubles out the battery.
Double up the battery and also give me better grip.
I think you can use it for whole. You finish the battery in one day.
Depend.
You can use it.
Because I always have to use. Always have the camera to be on ready mode, so I didn't want to worry about the battery. But also the most important is actually give me a better grip. A lot of the situation I have to shoot next to 20 photographer, or I have to raise my hand like that. So with the smaller camera, there was one time the camera almost fell up. So that time only one of my camera had grip. So immediately that's the reason.
That's why you need to buy it.
I need a second grip.
Yes.
So now both of my camera have grip, which is very important. So and most of the time I would roll my strap like that. So even if dropped,
Wow,
it will
okay.
still hold.
Whew, okay,
These
looks
are, these are like that.
Did you get it's like this is 26,000 there, I think, or 28,000 there.
But this is I'm quite confident. Like even a lot of time I have to fight among the security.
Okay.
Especially nowadays with this flip screen.
This screen you can just see.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, with the DSLR able to do that.
I will have the 1635 in my Porsche. I will choose one of the camera will have 70 to 200. But never I can close.
Crop in and zoom in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Allow, especially should.
So okay, in terms of the two lens, okay, maybe three usually be the 24-70.
But I will take 24, 55, and 135. I remember I read focal length. (24/7)
Yeah.
Pictures. Time.
Yeah.
We don't bring flash, and I can with N92 I can crank up to 12,100. Or last year in Hong Kong I shot with 25,000.
25,000. Wow.
25,000 ISO. Yeah. So 70 to 200. It will be. It goes on the another of my camera.
Hey, ooh, it says here. Okay. Hopefully, let's see how. Can. Looking okay. So far okay. Never mind. Okay, we just let it go. Okay, so all right. So back to the demonstration part here. Ooh.
So you want to show the focusing?
Okay, so you can see right there.
This.
Wow. So actually, this is also an SLR4 right here with this camera. Okay, so you can see actually hook up to the screen right there. So same thing. Oh, am I? Yeah.
So let's say if
It's
I
at 35 here.
Go on interview assignment of a YouTuber.
Yeah,
about,
let's imagine she's our YouTuber here. Okay, currently this is using the expandable flexible spot.
the eye tracking is keep on logging.
Oh yeah, so I also need to switch off my eye tracking here. If not, you'll keep looking for the eyeball. Yeah, so you can see actually tracking on the eyeballs. It's the same thing you watch on the screen there. That's how it's actually tracking on the eyeball right there.
In fact, even if I
Release.
handheld the camera,
It's a bit heavy. Yes, you can. All right, let me move you up. Okay, so it's a handheld thing right now. So the reason why we have another screen here is actually, of course, we can see. But additionally, you can see on the Facebook stream.
to me, this is very useful because immediately when I can frame my image and select the focusing area to the closest that I want, and the eye focus actually automatically clicks in.
Yeah. So right now, it will still stay at the
model's eye.
motor side within the read square there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or if I want to turn it off,
you can turn off the eye tracking.
Eye tracking.
Yeah.
So then I will depend on the focus box that I want, and it will just tracking on whatever
is in front of
the focus box area.
Because that one, it will prioritize whatever is closer to the camera.
Right.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
Of course, one good thing, which is always now, the focusing zone is so big.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about
you can control
the frame is actually the camera, the subject that you want to focus is actually out.
So right now you actually switch off the eye tracking. Yes.
Eye tracking.
Yeah. So with the eye tracking on, then that's why you have the square box of the face come back. You see, as soon as you see the green color means it's tracking on the face and tracking on the eye. Yeah, all the time. That's right.
And with this eye tracking, I don't have to reframe my framing, and I can keep on shooting. Well, the problem now is it will take me much more time to select the best
because
frame.
you have lots of photos and go back to the computer.
Oh yes, and that's why I need a fast computer.
Because you're shooting RAW and JPEG at the same time.
RAW and JPEG at the same time because I always say I'm recording history. So raw file.
Actually, one thing I think a lot of people actually don't know is, you have one button set to the AF register to the, how you have this button.
AF on, I actually set it on the eye focusing. Instead of I have to move this.
Okay.
But if I press on AF on, it will automatically
to track the eyeball.
Look for the eyeball.
Okay.
But at the same time, if something happen, I want to focus on the area that pre-register. You see the small box flexing.
Okay.
So now if I press AEL, which my custom setting, it will focus on the subject, the focus point area that I pre-registered.
This is the AF register area. So basically, you can actually preset a area in the camera. When you press the button, it will go back to the particular positions.
Yes.
Okay, let's say we can do a quick one. If you go back to this one, expandable flexible spot. Yeah. Let's say you put here and you press and hold. Press and hold. Yeah. You say register area.
Focus.
Yes. So it means that right now, if you move
I press the AF on, which activated the
eye tracking. Yes.
Immediately, I want to
focus on the
lens or whatever the area that I originally locked on the focus. So I press on AEL, and at the same time, I can shoot, or at the same time I can easily switch my focus area. This is something not many photographers actually using.
Because people usually just use the wide screen or the one area.
But to me, this is very useful, important and fast. Because I don't want to keep on pressing different buttons. At the fingertips, you can choose eye tracking. And you just go to one particular area that you want to track. Or you can actually use this
to change
to move the focus area. But this will be a lot faster.
So again, with this AF register area, let's say you press FN again, you switch to the tracking behavior, FN, and you go to the tracking, that one, and go to the last one here. So now right now it's the tracking and expanded flexible spot. This one, go in. So same thing, we can just reset again for this one. Press FN and hold. Okay, so means whenever you hold the AF register area again, then you will go back to the register area. And now it's with the tracking. With the tracking, even faster. So just to quickly tell you guys to turn on these features, maybe a lot of people don't know what it is. You just hold it first. Heavy here. It's quite a hefty setup. You press the menu, and you go to the number one. Number one, and somewhere AFA register somewhere. They're here. You must switch on the AF area registrations. You need to turn this one on. If not, you won't have these special features like this one.
This is actually, we call it dual focus point.
Dual focus point, one for the normal one. Another one is that you preset. So whenever something happens, you go back to that particular function.
This function is actually very useful. Let's say we had two VIP talking, or they do handshake. Certainly something happened behind. Immediately I switch to center focus point, center focus area, and it will go behind. Rather than probably it lock on the VIP.
Oh, if people just use normal face detection with the guy, it always go to the front.
Yes.
It always go to the front.
Then you won't be able to go to check on what the subject. To be able to master your focus area is very important.
Okay, let's say you go back to the normal shooting. They go to the face one, normal shooting, and let's say right now, okay, turn on face, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say we have Colleen stand up. Imagine behind you, is just in front of me. Okay, let's say I'm behind you. So basically, the camera will actually prioritize her, even though there's two face.
Yes.
She will be in a white box, and I'm in a gray color box. I think. The face.
Yes.
Yes. So the white box means that the camera will focus next.
Because it will. If this is closest to
the camera.
Yes. But also at some time I would have problem because the camera she might not be the one that I wanted to focus.
You want to focus on me?
Because the bodyguard might stand in front of me.
Blocking.
It's blocking. So I have to turn off the face tracking.
And then go to.
Yes. Then after that I can move the focus point to behind, then it will track on you behind, so it won't actually disturb, because if I had her face lock on, it would just stick on there. This was one of the first few problems that I encountered.
That's why you switch off.
Then I set this face focusing mode on and off on this FM button, so I can easily fast switching between. Most of the time I would need this face focusing mode on. But at some situation I need to turn it off. Other than I have to go press menu and go to different.
That's why it's important to preset. Have a seat. All the function menu. If you press FN again. FN, happy building your arm now. So you can see the two rows at the bottom. There's two rows there. This is all you can set in the camera. You can do it all inside the menu, and just go to number 2. Go to the function menu, number 2. Right now you're star already because you already preset. Usually it's number 2 and at the second last page. At the second last page, or the third last page. The function menu set. This one. So the function menu set is where you actually adjust all the different function for photo and video.
For video.
I can see video is very good because you haven't touched it. Yes. You don't use video. But here is all for the photo function. But this is a newer camera, so you have these two rows. Older camera is photo and video together in one place.
I'm actually quite interested to see the A7
S3 new menu. It will be new upcoming future. Don't know when is it.
I believe a lot of the camera user who switch from other camera system would complain about Sony camera menu system is very complicated. But honestly, after now I get used to this old system. I wonder then I have to switch to
the new one system incoming. Don't know when.
I don't know.
But actually, it's not hard. It will, because it will categorize the photo in one section and the video in one section. I think it's a bit heavy. Let's put back this one here. This is like a 5 kg, 10 kg there.
This is more than
enough. Alright. So with this,
I'm holding a 400 2.8.
So let's say you can see, with all the setting right there. This is like to recap. So this same thing to DSLR last time.
Yes.
Then you asked me. I said I
because
actually don't know.
I couldn't differentiate. What is the difference
between DSLR?
It was so close. All this focus mode was so close, but each of them has different personality.
Yes.
So you have to try and think which one is suitable for your work. So I found that the tracking extensible sport, flexible sport, tracking expand flexible sport, and expand flexible sport.
What a difference! What a difference!
But most of the time, I would start with zone. Or flexible sport because with this one, I can easily switch the focusing area with turning this.
So with this button, because I think a lot of people don't know, you can actually change your this view here to control your focus point to move left and right. It's all inside the camera setting.
Rather than my
using the thumb.
Using this one. Because I felt that most of the time, and also I set this to ISO setting. Just rather than you have to press another one.
Okay.
Also so this is the crop factor.
The crop factor. Wow.
APS-C.
Hey, one thing right now what you're seeing here, the setting here, because this ASLR4 is actually mine. I just copied the exact same setting from his ASLR4 to the camera with the setting transfer into a memory card and just So
before
right now
that, you can't do it.
before you can't only R4 and Mark II from onwards they have this particular function. Is actually going to menu here, menu, and you go to the toolbox. Yeah, the toolbox, and go to the I think last page. It's the last page. Oh. Yeah, yes. So save and load settings. So you can actually save the setting. Oops, sorry. Save the camera setting into the memory card, and actually can transfer to another camera, and you still got the same setting, but only works within the same camera model. It doesn't work for A9 Mark II and SLR4 because they have different menu.
Yes.
Left alone CLS Mark III. It's even very different.
A9 II has a function that A7R4 doesn't have, which is the voice tagging.
A9 Mark II has it.
Yes. Because for sports event or breaking news event, somebody is editing my picture, I can do a voice record, say this is so and so, let's say a prime minister is giving speech. So the person who are editing my picture, probably he's from India, he has no idea who's the person. Like Malaysia has 3 prime minister in this year.
Okay.
So he might give the wrong, like this is...
so it means whenever you transfer...
voice tagging is, the picture will be embedded with the voice
tagging together.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Malaysia, I couldn't use the caption function yet.
Okay.
Which
they don't have that particular service in Malaysia. Yes, that's right. With the voice tagging together. Okay.
Yes. The voice tagging will embed into my JPEG pictures.
Okay.
Like this camera or both of my camera, I actually started with cut 1 with JPEG and cut 2 with RAW file. But when it transfer FTP, it will read from the JPEG.
Okay.
So I can set my JPEG to medium or even small file size. So I transfer over depend on the network situation. A lot of the time when during breaking news event, a lot of people are doing live nowadays. Even worse.
But that's why now you see the interruption in the internet because we're doing live right now. And lots of things. Oops, sorry. So, wow, okay. So hopefully you all pick something. Any question right here? Okay, so far so good. So again, feel free to share this if you have any comments or any question right there. I think we got all the tips is there with the shooting, especially with the autofocus. Yeah, autofocus. One thing is like lots of things. Then again, with all this you can set. Let me see. Right. And then burst, okay, all fine.
Fine. This is the JPEG. Because this is A7R4. I usually, if I know I'm going to do FTP directly, I would put it to standard. So the file size will be smaller, but it's still good enough for even 10 by 12 file quality.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Okay, so let's we go back to have a look on the pictures, and we are good to So in case if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, I'll just leave it here for now. Okay. Right. Thank you, Colin, for here to helping out. All right. Okay. Let's see. So this I'm using here with the CLS Mark III. I also need to turn down the power. It will be too bright. They will be blind by this thing. Okay. Right. Let's have a seat. Okay. 20 here. Okay. Alright, so you can see how I set up my live here. You can see lots of things going on at the same time. Okay.
This is like a broadcast studio.
In my house, a broadcast studio, kind of.
This little palace.
Let me switch back to this. Okay, I need to put it back for now. And I need to think how I do this. Ooh, okay. Let me switch back. I think it's this one. And it's a lot of cable here. Okay, back to us. Good. So everything here, what you see is live, and now editing, no cropping, no post-processing. So just straight to the live stream straight away. I need to plug this in. Okay. And then let me pop this away. Okay, switch back to sound. So the sound's back. Okay. Ooh. Alright, we are back. We're back here again. Whew. Okay, so where's my phone? Okay, my phone is here. Yeah, so feel free, if you have any question, anything, you can let me know and I will answer as promptly. Okay, so you will see, what is this guy doing here? Okay, so you will see at the bottom, at the live stream right now, you can see there's a QR code. That's where you can actually scan for our year-end promotion for currently. So you can use another phone to actually scan it to find out more about it, alright? Okay, so back to this part right here. I'm sure you have lots of good photos to share. Okay, maybe you start from 2470, is right here. So I can see some of the photos actually start from the CMCO period, sorry, MCO period as well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, you can see some. Wow, just now I see a cool shot.
This was last year.
Is it on the plane?
On the plane, they do crowd seating. Crowd seating, because of the haze last year was so bad.
Wow.
So I'm on.
What do you mean by crowd seating?
So they are putting salt and water on the crowd by plane, man-made rain.
Okay, man-made rain.
Yes.
To reduce.
So it rains.
It rains.
So it rains. So it will reduce the haze.
Okay.
But this is artificial. Okay. So they put.
It's quite interesting.
Okay, go
over here. Okay.
So this is actually the water tank.
Okay.
Water tank and the military personnel, they put in a lot of salt into the water. So the plane TUDM, I can't remember what plane is this.
Okay.
A400.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
Airbus
is
A400.
2470 right here. Very good. And all the different tank.
So
how long does it take to actually to?
This is actually we flew all the way till Penang.
Wow.
It was not far, maybe 45 minutes. So along the way they start spraying the water. Actually, this is spraying the water from the plane. So they asked about 20 of us on the plane.
But looks like quite a dangerous job. Did you actually put a harness on?
Yes. And at the same time, only 2 or 3 personnel can go near to this area.
So how many people on the plane basically?
About 20.
20? Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you all take turn to take photo.
Yeah, take turn to take
wow,
photo.
Interesting. So this is actually only for the media.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So this was last year in
Singapore.
In Singapore, the haze. I was there for F1, but again I have to do some news-related pictures during my time. I mean during the non-F1 time. So this is a type
of Typism. Nice. And
this was
very crowded.
These are the situation that the eye tracking would have problem on knowing which one
is so many faces at the same time.
Yeah, so I would have to choose the focus point to which one. Although these are pretty near to each other, so the depth of field should be good.
But you can turn off the face detection and then you just point, let's say, to Made right here.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But of course, at that time, you will see multiple boxes.
Yes. So the white box is the one that the camera would actually lock on. So make sure your focus point is on the white box that you want to track. Wow. Okay, and this one is the Okay,
this was before the change of government, and I think Anwar was supposed to go to meet the king, and these are the supporter. I don't know who.
Then this is another example. There's so many crowded people here. Wow.
So this is how we usually have to do.
What happened here? So crazy.
Because someone was giving in front of Solo.
Maybe it's a presentation, but
no, this is a protest gathering because people are quite pissed off with the change of government.
Okay.
So after that, we had the new government line up.
Yeah.
So
this one is actually 2. This is indoor, no? Indoor 2.8, and it's 24 mil.
24 mm 125 3.5.
Okay. Yeah. Well, ISO 2005 here actually.
Yeah. 2005 actually quite normal for us
to use that.
To use indoor ISO 2005 to 4000 is quite normal.
Yeah.
So high ISO to me is very important, and of course, one of the things that I always fix before I go into a news is I need to know what is the ISO I want to use. But now because of the camera, auto ISO is so good.
Yep.
I kind of set at auto ISO, but
so
I fixed my shutter speed.
I fixed shutter speed.
I fixed.
But what are the max ISO that usually you think you go?
Okay, I'm very comfortable on A92 to
A92.
go to 6004.
6004. Okay.
A7R4 probably I try not to shoot more than 2005 because the grain will show up after 1600. But I find a way. There are a lot of noise reduction
software
to
edit,
reduce, so it's not really a problem anymore. Like I told you before, the A7R4 was actually my preferred camera.
Yeah. Oh,
Although
you
it's
mean last
not-
time you used the 7R2?
No, last time was A9,
A9,
A9 only, and then after that was
A9
A9 Mark II.
Okay.
But after that, I tried A7R4.
Yep.
I was quite amazed with the resolution, image quality, and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, so wow, it's all bunch from the 2470 and some dots here. Wow, this is this definitely a very dangerous job here.
Yes.
If you suddenly just oops, okay, am I? So we can see. Oh, which one? This was in the MCO that time.
Yeah, MCO.
Because it's still got a barbed wire.
I see there's one with a lot of barbed wire.
A lot of barbed wire. This one.
No, this is last year in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, okay.
This was one of the nice pictures that I want
this
to
one-
shoot through the stickers.
In the Hong Kong.
Yeah.
In the Hong Kong. Yes.
There was one picture.
Let me see. Let me have a look. Which one?
Go back.
Go back. Keep going. Try to look for it. Is it barbed wire
Okay,
here?
yeah,
This one.
yeah. This kind of picture, or this one.
Yeah, this one,
These
yeah, this
are very difficult to.
Because you got a lot of wire in the front.
Yes.
Because you want to make sure the subject is focused, but there's a wire in the front and you might
And
track
some more the people are moving
or even moving at the same time.
at the same time.
So what was the setting that you used?
The flexible spots.
Or the flexible spot?
So is it called
Let me
flexible
if I turn on.
Yes.
Turn on. Okay, I turn on already. And you can see. Maybe you can have it. Sorry, too small here, cannot see. Okay, so you're using flexible spot. But flexible spot, this one here is it will just.
No, sorry, this one. Flexible
Flexible
spot M.
Okay.
I think this situation I
just
have to
pinpoint-
switch it to small.
Small. So you basically just focus on one of the hole in the
Yes.
wire.
Because this picture actually
Yeah.
he moved from the end until here.
So basically means it was the start from here and all the way here.
Exit the wheelchair came up from the door
okay.
and come all the way. So on normal situation,
Yep,
the
yep.
autofocus tracking will distract by all this reflection.
So usually,
barbed wire.
usually is like all this because if you do a normal white tracking,
Yes.
it will just focus on the
Yes.
on the barbed wire.
Which happens to me in the very early stage of the time.
Yes,
The focus, I was like, it's only focused on the barbed wire because it was reflection.
So for your cases, you just put one
I
point
put
of focus right
on
here.
the point, and then you start tracking on the person. So it just grab the subject
even
without
though
field. Yes.
Oh, you mean the real-time tracking start from here?
From here
and
all the
way. Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it's in front
But
of
I
wire.
need, yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why you need to, in the very beginning, you need
Yes.
to be able to lock on to a subject that the focus tracking
Then
can.
it knows the color,
Yes,
the shape.
because this one the color is different.
Yep.
But although all these are very distracting.
Yep. This tracking.
Yeah.
Yep. But the camera able to pick up even though it's actually moving. It's something in front, but it's still.
And
going
remember,
to track.
all this happens in 2 to 3 second maximum.
Yeah.
So I don't
everything
have
is
time. I
real
don't have time to think. Okay, what other solution that I have? So this is one of the reasons I have to set my camera to change the mode very fast enough.
So means that whatever in the setting in the camera, you have to really customize
Yes.
to all the things that you need.
And you have to remember what to. Like, see, this 2 person was quite far, and the police was giving them a warning that you cannot pass the foot like that.
I cannot pass the foot.
Yeah. So when they saw police walk away, that in like within half a second, both of them come and pass on. See, I got the moment of
Then when you pass the foot.
passing the foot. So these are the things that probably photo hobbyists or camera user might not. They can't really imagine. It's not so difficult, but this is
When you're shooting through a
half a second time,
you need a split second.
Yeah.
Yep.
and you need to frame nicely, and all these are kind of full frame. So that maybe we go to the
1635. Yep. Another your favorite lens here.
This one.
This one here is a
This
low light.
This picture was actually taken after the KL Tower, Twin Tower picture just now.
So here is at ISO 1000. Actually, not too bad. 1000.
Yeah, it was not too
because
bad.
There's some light. Actually.
I only had. I was driving past this place, and certainly from the car window, I saw two dim light.
Dim light.
Because this whole area was actually dark. Then I turned my car away back. I didn't even have time to grab to think what camera that I bring. I grabbed one camera, and luckily it was the 1635 and the S1R4.
And just take the photo.
I shot 7 frames. They were shocked because they couldn't see me.
Okay.
There was only 3 frames with both of them looking
at the phone.
Yeah. The other 4 was actually, one of them was not looking at the phone. So this was kind of nice. This was my favorite picture during the first MCO period.
MCO period. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Another one I want to. There was one montage picture showing a lot of faces.
A lot of faces. Is it wide angle as well?
No, this was taken with 70-1, but I don't know which category it is.
Okay, 70-1 DM right here.
There was a picture.
Keep going. Go steady. I can see Made here. Okay. Right here. Still
See,
going.
this picture also, this was inside pavilion. And this picture was actually automatically tracked on the real person face.
The face, yep.
And without me holding the camera in front of my face. The camera was actually, I put it on my back.
And you just track away because there's a face.
No sound.
And then because it's all this happening in shopping mall.
Yes.
And then it's doing silent.
I don't know how many times I was kicked out by security guard. Yeah.
Like when you take this photo, they okay lah usually.
Well, for official assignment should be okay. It's just that inside private commercial building, we have to get permission. Or sometime, even though we do not need to get permission, but the security guard will come and disturb.
So what you all see here right now is all from the 70 to 200. And you go back full size. Yeah. So this is something. And this I remember that's what you told me last time about the barbed wire.
This was barbed wire and.
You can see right there.
And the woman. This was the very very early stage. I still having problem on the tracking. I couldn't.
It was in April that time.
Yeah. Yeah. This was this one. This was the picture that I couldn't confirm. How do I focus?
Because there's a lot of wire in the front.
Yes. So after that, I go back and check on the setting. The next day, I went again with different setting.
Okay.
So this is how I found out the camera expandable mode was actually better than the another one. What do you call that?
Okay, one is this one. Go back again. So you have one is the go in again. Then you can see flexible spot, and one is a. Okay, so you have a expandable flexible spot and also a flexible spot.
Yes.
So a flexible spot will give you more accurate focus compared to the expandable flexible spot.
Yes.
Yeah. Because this one, expandable flexible spot is based on phase detection. This is PHASC, not phase.
I believe it's because of the barbed wire contrast reflecting. It gives the camera.
I would say, let's say for the one with the go back in. With this expandable flexible spot, it focus more on speed. Yeah, so it doesn't really use the contrast to find confirmation. So
this one was actually better
in this scenario.
In this situation.
Okay. Because this one actually uses contrast, so it will give you slightly accurate focus but slower speed. Yeah, but right now the camera is actually very good, so you don't really tell any differences because it's like focus very well and very sharp. Yeah. Hello, hey Jonathan. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Okay, thank you Sifu Share for this one. Thank you Sifu Lim and Patrick. Yeah. So again, thanks for sharing this here and a comment. If you are precision and dimension by Sony, that's right. This is actually good because Vincent himself he used a lot of different settings in different situations. This is why I'm here with me today to share you all his knowledge and experience about this A9 A9 Mark II as well as SLR Mark IV camera. Yeah, stuff like that. Ooh. So right now the plane is everywhere is stopping.
Everyone can fly.
No.
Not everyone can fly.
No, can fly. But this is a very, very good picture. Actually, quite a good composition going on here.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like I say, this is probably one in your lifetime that all the plane are
in one place.
Yeah.
All in one place.
I never seen the taxiing area was full.
So many places. Okay, can see right here. This one is at 2.8. This is 7.1. 7.1. Yeah. So to get more depth of field. Yes. But yeah. Okay.
And also the in-camera body stabilizer is amazing. Those days we can only depend on the lens
shutter speed,
lens
stabilization.
Yes, but now the camera body image stabilizer is so good.
Because it has a body.
Because not all my lenses have image stabilizer. Like 1635, 2470 doesn't have stabilizer. So the in-camera body stabilizer is very good. And a lot of time our shooting have to be this one.
This one?
The army was actually walking past.
Wow.
And only that particular area with lights. So we always depend on the fast tracking, also fast focusing. But of course what do you call this? Viewfinder.
Live view?
Electronic finder.
Electronic viewfinder, yes.
Electronic viewfinder, it does need some time to get used to it. Especially when you are in bright sunlight, you need to take time to get used to the environment, because when you are in bright sunlight, it's kind of difficult to tell. But now I get used to it. I know, even the LCD show the picture is a little bit over, but it was fine.
Okay.
I hope the next camera will improve.
We have a question from Raju. Okay, how to take photo using histogram where the curve is at good balance bell curve, like this?
Yeah.
So do you use histogram to decide your pictures?
Not always. I do check on the histogram sometime. Even that's why I actually disable the histogram.
Okay, let me. You go back to shooting.
Yes.
To shooting. Okay, then you press the display button. ESP. Yeah. Does this cycle?
Yeah, but I disable the. Yeah, because I want most of the time I will shoot with plain.
Okay.
Because I didn't want a lot of things to disable.
Kacau. Okay. So for in terms of Raju, thanks for your asking. So with the bell curve, a lot of people say it's a good reference point to be a good exposure, but actually at the end of the day, it really depends on what you really shoot. Because some place might be too bright and some place might be too dark. So you wouldn't really means that the bell curve means to give you exact good exposure.
I would say that with this camera, especially the dynamic range is so good.
Yeah.
I don't really worry too much.
Usually we don't overexpose too much. Let's say by one stop. I would prefer, usually for my shooting style, I will try to keep, in the camera, you will see, what do you call this? You see the shutter speed at the bottom, and then there's a f2.5, and then there's the 00. The 00 is the EV, or exposure bias. It tells you whether your camera too bright or too dark. So for my instances, over here. So for my instances, usually I prefer to shoot around, ISO 100.
Okay.
Yeah. I think usually I prefer to shoot around -03 or -07, and you shoot in raw file, and you can go back to edit, no problem. But if you shoot too bright, +1.
Yeah, this is also another thing. I don't really shoot a lot with M mode those days.
Yeah.
But now I start to shoot a lot with M mode because the viewfinder actually show you what you see is what you get.
Yep.
So instantly I will know the exposure.
You can actually see the actual exposure before you're shooting. Yeah. But one tips I actually tell you guys to share from my experience is, one thing, let's say you can check here, press FM. I don't think you have this thing on here, press FM. Your DR is off, you can go to DR. Yeah. Oh no, this one. Press FM again, go. Yeah, this one, DRO. So, okay, this is I learned from Adobe ambassador Alpha ambassador from Australia, Mark Miller. So what happened is the DRO in the camera, if you only shoot JPEG, then it's fine. But if you shoot in RAW, sometimes if the picture looks bright in the camera, but you go home and look at the computer, it looks darker in the computer. How? Because of the DRO. This software not actually understand by a lot of the third-party software. They don't really understand this DRO part. And I think on Nikon, your other brand, they have a different name of it, but it's just that it increase the brightness of the shadow and reduce the brightness of the highlight, something like that. It's automatic in the camera, but this thing might not be understandable on the editing software. So I'm sure you faced the issue before when the DIO set to auto.
Yes. So
how come the picture looks so bright here, but I go home looks so dark? Yeah.
So I try to turn it off.
Don't use DIO. If you want to have exact exposure, just turn off. Unless you just shoot pure JPEG, not RAW file, then you can turn it on. Yeah. So, but for most cases, if I shoot RAW file,
it would be a
like
lot.
This one here.
And this would be affected badly by the DIO if you turn it on.
So your shadow brightness become brighter, and then your highlight, it's an automatic thing lah. So yeah, give it a try. Turn off the DIO if you want to have the exact exposure. Don't, because all this setting here is like those assisting in the camera. It helps you to do many different assistant. It helps you lah, but in a way, some people are not familiar. They might think, oh, a bit different.
And actually, the current situation, most of the time I will go with auto ISO.
Auto ISO.
But playing around with this plus minus, which is very, very good, because you can instantly see the effect, and if you think this is over, I will go down one stop.
You can actually just adjust on the fly on the setting there.
Yes, like this.
You can see if I switch around. Let's say if I put this camera right there, I go closer. Basically, you play around with this EV dial right here.
Yes.
Yeah. So this EV dial here is to control the brightness or darkness. Let's cut back in. So if you go down, that one is to force the camera to calculate the situation where you want to be brighter or darker.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
So my ISO and speed, everything, I don't. I mean, most of the time I would control my shutter speed.
Yeah.
99.9% I would.
Oh, you're in shutter priority
mode and auto ISO. But then if I think, okay, I would want this image to be darker. So I would just play around with this plus minus exposure compensation. During the DSLR time, also similar.
To use these features, you also need to have one of the value controlled by the computer, which is right now the ISO.
ISO.
Yeah. If you set your ISO to
if you are outdoor, you still have a lot of lights to play around or your shutter speed. But most of the time, I will first determine my shutter speed. But since now the auto ISO is so good, so I forget about setting the ISO now.
So you let the camera do its job.
Yeah. So I will go out with S mode.
Okay.
250. This is my base.
1/250 shutter speed.
250 shutter
auto
ISO.
And then the camera to
Okay. I don't worry about
the aperture.
Because there are many photographers ask me 2.8 or even 1.8 with all your image sharp. It's like as long as you are focused on your subject is sharp, it shouldn't be any problem.
Because the lens itself is actually quite sharp all the way from the wide open to you want to stop down.
Yep.
So this one is a 135 here.
This was really blowing my mind.
Okay, right here with a 135 here.
Yeah, 135, 1.8.
Okay, let me go to 50%. Yeah, this one 135. Very good. Yeah, you can see how the subject in focus and then the background just blurs away. And this is like a very, very powerful lens. 135, 1.8, very powerful. I also like it a lot. They use it for all your portraits.
And 135 is actually giving me an opportunity of cropping in, and I mean the whole idea was I keep the 7200 away, but still, of course, the lens is big. It's quite big, but give me very big bouquet. Like I'm old-fashioned guy. I prefer large aperture.
But of course, with this lens, you just need to move in and out as well.
But it gives me. You have to move in and out by your foot because it's not zoom lens, you can't zoom. And I try to retain maximum quality. So I try not to crop so much. So I rather, if I can have time, I move 2 steps in and I go back 2 more steps and shoot again. But if you are shooting at 7200 from the same position, you can go back and forth.
So I think after you tested, this 135 is like probably the
The sharpest.
sharpest lens.
Yes. But you told me 100 mm
STF also. Yeah. That one I think you can give it a try next one. But that lens is just that you need to use in a lot of lights in situation, not low light, bit stronger.
But the large aperture is actually one of the very important thing for me. We see the
is it 85
24,
24, 1.4 right here. Yes. Nighttime.
Yeah,
wow.
This was a recent pictures. I was shooting around 8 p.m. This was indoor.
So these are recent one, and this in Pasar.
Yeah.
Okay. This one.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, that one. Oh, this one.
This three.
Oh, this three. Oh, okay. So this was
is,
in
June.
Pavilion.
Pavilion. This was sometime in June when the government announced of September.
Yeah.
When the government announced of extend
the
our CMCO.
Yeah.
So I went out and this was. Can I check the time? It should be around 7 o'clock.
If you put here, and this is right here. What time now? 7
p.m.
Yes.
So it's around 7 p.m. The sky is getting quite dark.
Yeah.
So I was shooting with
1.6, 1/30. ISO here is 100.
Yes.
Rest of the 1.4.
But again,
yeah.
1.4 aperture give me very strong
separation
from the background, but still give me enough visibility of what I want to show behind.
Yep. So you can see it's a very nice. You can capture the whole thing at the same time. You have 1.4, so the background is still blurs away thanks to this 1.4 at 24 mm.
Yeah, this is like
I think you're another favorite lens to bring around. It's another Nikon, and this is
this one.
This one?
No.
This one. Yeah. Okay. So
a lot of the situation, our background is so messy.
Yeah.
So to make your
subject stand up,
open to 1.4. This is the easiest and laziest way to. But if you shoot with long lens, you can probably.
You still can, but you just need to stand further away, much further away.
Like this one, when I saw this woman, I was actually shooting something else.
Okay.
When I turned around, I saw this woman walking.
So you have two cameras all the time?
I have two cameras all the time. Like another one, 70-200, obviously was too close.
Okay.
So I switched, turned on this
24
1.4, and I think when the first few picture was actually f2. So I quickly switched it to one.
This was the f2.
Yeah.
But still, it still can give you very nice subject separation via stuff. F2.
Yes. The sharpness is amazing.
Yeah. Very good. You see, from all the way, it actually goes. This is a corner here already. Oh, and then all the way to the other side. It's a very clean images from across the entire frame.
Yes.
Like that. So it's very good. And you can see what is this? It's a lot of chicken.
This is chicken feet.
Okay, interesting composition here. I was thinking like a hand before. But again, with the 1.4. Easily, you can shoot it even though in a quite. This actually is a lower lit situation.
This is in Chowkit wet market.
So you can see. Slightly lower lit. You can see
my shutter speed. I still can go up to 320.
This is at 320. So enough for you to freeze the motion. Yes. Because if the person is actually moving,
and he's actually chopping the chicken.
Okay. So if you're not shooting high shutter speed, you won't be able to freeze the moment.
Because if your subject is blurred, you might as well delete the pictures.
So this is like another your favorite, 24. Oh wow, this is nice.
This is very good for landscape because it doesn't really distort your building much.
Not too wide, so you won't do a lot of distortions. That's why. Okay, let me just go back. And again 1.4. This at quite Ho Ching Yin.
Yes.
Ho Ching is what Harn Teh. Harn Teh. Never mind, I forgot the name. Okay, nighttime. And this is
also one way to, because the background is too many people.
So with the 1.4, then you can just isolate it from the background. You can see like that. Wow. Even the hand looks so nice with the 1.4 aperture. With 4.4 GM here.
I believe a lot of hobbyists doesn't really know the feeling of 1.4 because most of the lenses is.
If you buy the kit lens, usually they start from 3.5 to 5.6.
Yes.
So let's say a good start for a lens to purchase next is you can get the 51.8. or the 35 1.8, these two will be the very good lens to start. 35 1.8. So having the 1.8 aperture allows you to have the separation. And so as you zoom in, if you pop in, go away, you can see the separation. Very nice. Yeah. And yeah, I guess to have right.
Maybe we can look at the 200 to 600.
200, where is it? Oh, sorry, I cannot see. Here's part of your hobby here. I know, this is actually...
Last year MotoGP.
Oh, last year
this
MotoGP.
Was when I first tried
A9.
A92. A92.
A92.
Yes.
So it's a panning motion here. So basically, you have to be very quick as the bike is actually moving.
Yeah, and also this it was shooting between the palm tree. You can't really tell when is a motorcycle coming up.
So you can see right there. This is another one. Oop, right here. So let me zoom out a little bit more. Too big it is. Yeah, so you can see. So it's right here.
The only problem is I couldn't, because of the sun is too bright. 1/20 or 1/30 is the slowest I can go. I don't have ND fielder. But this lens is amazing because I can shoot from very far. This was actually the from the
during MCO that time.
Yeah,
they say no picture.
No picture, but
picture.
Yeah, this is very far away. And pictures like doing swab tests in the first MCO time. This was actually 600 with the APS crop.
Wow. Is it at 600 mil? So ACR4 here. Close to 600 there. And then your APS-C crop somewhere. But yeah, still get a lot of information because the ACR4 you can crop in straight away. Even if you take a full size. So I think you showed this one before. Very nice. Very nice, yeah. The 600.
Those days the 600 is so big you won't be able to. Yeah, maybe you can see on the.
This one? Wow. Okay, so for those who like to shoot birds, this will be an important lens to have.
Must have.
Must have. For a starter even.
I don't know how many can afford a 600 f4, but this is
this will be good enough for bird shooters actually to get a nice stuff.
Reasonable price.
Reasonable price, not too expensive, and some lotus here going on. Very nice here. Wow, this is a nice lighting.
Following one of my friends.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Okay. I don't know how to compare with the 600 f4. I shot with 600 f4 and 200 to 600 at the same time. The only difference was actually the background.
I can try to compare a bit. Okay, so this is the. Oops, sorry. I need to go to 50%. Okay, so this is 600. I suppose. Let me check. Closer. 535.
Yeah, but this is on the zoom lens. So if you compare the
To
600 f4 lens,
F4 here. So
see the background.
it's just very silky, milky. Okay, let me try add image to collection and I'll do 200 600G. Okay, let me go back to 200 600G right here and go back to the bird. Where's the bird?
Somewhere here, yeah. This.
Is it this one? Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Actually, wait.
It's quite similar actually.
Wait, is it confirmed? Correct. No. This is 600 here.
Okay.
Let me check. 600 F4?
No, this is 600
this
f4.
is 600 F4.
Yeah.
This is 600 F4. So to compare this one to the 200 600, close.
Okay.
Close. Yeah, I think this one. Yeah. And let me try to press this and then do side by side. Yeah, basically.
You see the background separation.
Yeah, but of course having the 600 GM, wow, the sharpness is. Of course, totally it's two different pricing here. But you can imagine the kind of sharpness right there. Okay, let me.
But I must say that even the 200 600.
It's also quite capable lenses.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with the quality. Except that if you have to shoot in extreme low light, there was some situation that I have to shoot in around 6:45 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
The 600 f4 totally.
It'll be even better lah. Yeah.
And
so,
you will be able to track.
But at least for a bird shooter, this is actually more than enough. It's like super good. Right. It's a bike. There's a bike here. Oops. It's too close anyway. Yeah. So this is at
200 to 600.
Yep. With the motorsport. I like this a lot actually. This is super stunning. Yeah, if you zoom into all the details, oh my god. You can, hey, they are moving extremely quick.
This is probably 200 kilometers an hour.
Wow, it's still at least 100. So you need a very fast shutter speed in order to freeze
because
them.
they are coming in fast.
You see, very nice. Wow. Okay, let me go back in. Too big. Right here. So this is the full size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though you crop in, this is the 200 600G. Very nice in detail right here. Okay, and then we have more. Again, with the 600mm, you can do the isolation for the background. Yeah. So. Which one? Go. Okay, go up. You mean this one? Go back.
You can see some other picture.
Anything? Keep going. This one from previously?
Yeah, this is the previous picture.
Still nice.
This is also the woman was actually walking towards me behind.
Yep.
And I was shooting across. I was actually shooting something like this across the road. So then I turned. When I saw this woman walking behind me, rather than switching to 70 to 200, I
just take this
to 600. And the background separation is so
very
nice.
good. Yeah,
even the quality.
Yeah.
See, you can even see the
see
the
all the
hair
hair,
cut.
all the fine details. And this was at at the maximum 6.3. So 600mm at 6.3. Yeah.
I believe those days during my time starting photography, they are all the seafood told me, oh, you need Leica lens to show this. But I can, like recently I was testing some other third-party lenses, but I was so amazed at
with the quality
of the lens that Sony produce now.
Even very, very clean. Basically, it's like give you a very nice clean contrast for the full image. So very good for those work that you do. And then this is another one, the bird. Wow, this is so precise. I don't know whether they can see. Okay, let me go minimize a bit. So you can see how the mom feeding the two.
And it's a messy background.
But it's a very nice detail though. You can see all the details right there. Yeah, I'm so hungry for the food. Okay. If you do crop in, wow, look at this. I think you're focusing on this box here.
Yeah.
And the mom is here. right there. So again, from a 600, 400, this will be, oh no, this one I think. Of course, this lens will be the god.
Yes.
It's like the
pioneer
amazing. The pioneer of what Sony can. Oops, there's a lot of hair right there. Where's the hair? I can see a lot of hair. Ooh, wow. What do you call this?
I don't know what you call this thing, but you see the sharpness.
From this thing. Wow.
And this is in very low light.
Very low light.
It's inside a jungle.
Wow. Okay, so this is at ISO 1000. ISO 1000. Okay, but still the detail is amazing thanks to this 600 f4. And the same thing right here. Wow, look at the fur. Okay, same thing. And hi. It's quite a cute one here. Okay. So you can see the details is super crazy. Okay, 600. So okay, back to here. I'm sure this is all the different photo you share. Thanks, very good. And I see this one is recently one, the 35. This is at the bosom, and then the 55, which is you just got recently actually. Yeah. It's good for like easy, going out with
this
family.
was actually I went with my wife into JB and I took some pictures during the trips.
Yep. So okay, back to here. I'm sure you have lots of story how you face different situations. Okay, which are the most nasty one? Okay, yes, I can see some bird here.
This was the one that just now. With the sunbird.
Yeah.
No, kingfisher.
Kingfisher. Okay.
The most difficult, but it was.
I think there was a wet. This one, right? It's all wet. This was in Hong Kong. Yeah.
A9 version 1.
Mark 1. Yep. You can see it's Mark 1 here.
It was sprayed by the water cannon.
Yeah.
So because the water cannon water was blue color.
Okay.
So I have to really pour a bottle of water on the camera to wash away the blue color stain. Otherwise, it will stick on
the blue color
on the camera.
Oh.
So this is how.
But it still survived back then.
This and Yeah, and then after that, this was very funny. This was done by Hong Kong Sony master Conrad Yu.
Okay.
He was cleaning the camera CCD of my camera.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and
Quite interesting.
MotoGP.
Yes, this.
Yes.
Oh, so it's like the profile support is actually there.
No, he is the Sony master ambassador in Hong Kong.
Oh.
So he was in Malaysia for MotoGP at that time.
Okay.
So I don't have, because I remember that time I asked how long does it take to clean the CCD. It takes some time because I need to send it in. So he told me that he do it on the spot.
Okay, he got his equipment there already. Yeah, then some bird shooting.
Yeah, bird shooting is actually just to kill time.
It's a good hobby. It's a good hobby.
So
this is 600
f4 where I have to shoot around 6:50 in the morning, but for the bird that comes only once a day.
Once a day, and if you miss it, then you miss it.
Yes, it's crazy. That was the toughest, even much tougher than my news assignment. I have to
transfer
inside the
inside the car. Yeah,
inside the car. Yeah. Then during the MCO time, the first few days of MCO.
So after
I
you
shoot, immediately I edit my picture and transmit.
Transfer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, it's all the gears, and then this all your behind the scene.
yeah.
Keep the actions. Actually very cool. Wow.
Yeah, this was while I was taking pictures of the old lady just now.
So it's like on one side you're having a 2470 here, maybe.
Yeah, 2470.
And then this is 600.
Yeah. So normally I would want a mid-range lens with me. So that's why 2470 is always on one of my camera. So with this situation, I have the 70-200 in my pouch, and I had this 2-600. But it's a little bit difficult because at that time I didn't strap the lens, the strap on the lens. So now I put the strap on the lens. Otherwise, it's very difficult. If I unmount the lens, it's too big to put in my pouch.
So you can just hang it
Yeah.
straight away. Okay.
Yeah, but now I had the.
Oops. Yeah, almost there. Wow. Okay, so we are getting there. If you guys have any more questions, thanks for just tuning in for this live sharing for this entire session here. Oh, actually I forgot one thing. But then we'll come back to that later. But you can see, wow. Yeah. So it's like, you can see how Sifu go into different locations. I can see 24.4 GM here.
Yes.
Yeah, 24.4 right here. Can tell from distance. Okay, and then I've been doing the screening test right there.
Yes. Yeah, these are the situation I go with 24 and 135 because it's backlight.
Oh,
it's
so it's
under
24 here, and then there's a 135.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow, I can see one thing here. Ooh, there's a big pain here.
The scar, the accident happened in Pakistan 11 years ago.
Yeah, lots of not easy because your jaw actually quite dangerous at the same time in a way. I mean, yeah. So I can see.
So this is how I usually go out with a long lens.
Yep. And also with
2470
right here.
And then another pouch with extra lenses or battery, water, everything.
And this one in LT. Yeah. Nice. And
this was shooting in Kampong Baru swap test because we were blocked so far away. So during this MCO time, 200, 600.
And the R4, you can really crop in. Yeah. You can get very close to the subject.
I remember if those are the time when Anwar was put in jail in 1999 time, we have to use 400 2.8 with 2 times converter and still crop like hell. Now with
easily 61 megapixel, you can easily crop anytime, and you still got 26 megapixel, and 1.5 times crops on the 600 will be like 900 mm. So you still got lots of information. Okay, right. Let me go back to this part here. Okay, wow. So again, thanks you guys tune in for this live sharings for like the entire channel. You can see how Sifu Vincent Ken here to actually walk us through how he actually used this camera and lenses to use in different situations. You can see just how we walk through different photos as well for different needs. So I can like I mentioned before, in the bottom there you see a QR code. That's where you can actually use another phone if you have, or borrow it for your parents' one. Just scan it. It's actually go to our year-end promotion with all the Sony product currently. So feel free to have a look. And so I'm really thankful for Vincent right here with me. Wow.
Thank you.
What time now actually? We've been sharing for almost 2 hours. Yeah, with me today to actually go through all the different sharing and yeah. So hope you all can learn a few. Actually, this live will be still on Facebook. After that, you can still share to a friend if you think anyone is interested. You can find through it. One. So yeah. Next, what's your next assignment? I mean, I'm sure you have been quite busy.
Everyone been grounded, but then I have to still do a lot of remote editing.
Because you still go around. I mean, KL, Selangor, and
Yes, I still travel a little bit between the area.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still have to help other of our photographer for remote editing.
Yep. Okay.
But other than that, I still try my best to shoot something that I like the bird or lotus or whatever, to make me
energized.
Keep motivated.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, because lots of.
But anyway, to master your camera setting is very, very important, because I notice a lot of photographer or camera owner, they really does not study their camera. I mean, after buying your camera, your lens, you still need to do a lot of
study to understand all the different settings. Yes. Because usually what happens is when you buy the camera in the box, there's a lot of book. Usually people don't read the book.
Yeah, I never read the book, but now
the book actually quite useful. It gives you some fundamental knowledge of all the different functions.
But nowadays the camera is so advanced, but it doesn't mean that you do not need to understand the camera.
Yeah. So it's like all the different flexibility and the leverage is there, but you still need to understand how all this interconnected. Then only you can maximize your potential in terms of how you can take a photo even better, because it's a lot of. It's like your car driving, you have a lot of assisting, ABS, don't know what.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like quite powerful. Yeah. So again, this one helps you in your job and
customization,
fully customized. Yeah, as a professional photo, you need a lot of customization.
Yes.
So last time when you asked me, in your DSLR there you have this.
Yeah.
And I was thinking how I can set it to your mirrorless.
Yes.
Okay, luckily most of the items you requested I can still really go through it. Maybe some I cannot, but at least I can fix 90% of his request.
It's totally new thing, because this camera has how many years of this camera, maybe 5 years, 4 years. This A7 series.
A7 series since 2014, 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. So now R4 is the fourth generation already. Yeah. So I can see some of my friend here. Hi, thank you, Kim. And Mingyo, maybe a friend, asking for you to bring him out to taking some photo. I think you need some for me to go through different area. Okay, thanks. Patrick, yes. Okay, so again,
we're looking maybe in future after this pandemic finish, then Sony would organize some more workshop,
and we can physical and come out and we can meet and But again, all this during this pandemic, we all just stay home and stay safe lah. And especially see the cases, and we just do our part to take good care of each other. Okay. All right. So let me pop into this one. Okay. So thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you.